The president of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has declared that he's going to vie, and this time that he's going to vie for the last time in Uganda, that he's going to vie for the last time, and he has requested right now the biggest opposition leader, who was the former musician in Uganda, that he needs to step down and allow him to vie alone. That comes after the other general election that is going to support him and is going to be rally behind him so that he can be the next president of Uganda after him. This is something that has shocked the whole world. How can Yoweri Kaguta Museveni be using this method so that he can maintain in power? He has said that this time that is going to be elected once again as the president of Uganda, that is going to stop corruption from happening. You know very well that this is something that is a big irony. This is a president that has been the first in forefront spreading corruption in Uganda. Him coming out and say that the time that the Ugandan are going to elect him once again, that is going to fight corruption. It's an irony. And telling the opposition leader Bobi Wine that he needs to step down and allow him to vie for the last time that comes the next general election, is going to support him as a youth. That this is a youth leader, this is a youth that has got a bigger future. This is someone that they can work with him. Something that most of the Ugandan doesn't support whatever that Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has said. You know very well that Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is 81 years old. He has been in power for so long. What makes you think that he can change Uganda once again? If you could not be able to change while you are youth, what makes you think that you can change it the time that you are right now old? And for you to be trusted, you know very well that you are a person that doesn't keep your words. What makes you think that you can keep the words towards Robert Kyagulanyi, known as Bobi Wine? Something that has shocked the whole world, something that people didn't see this coming. It's an irony to see that he has requested that the NRM, his party, to be given the last opportunity so that he can use it to vie for the presidency seat in Uganda for the last time. Bobi Wine has been the biggest competitor. You know very well that in the year 2022, Bobi Wine and Yoweri Museveni were vying. That's where people claim that Yoweri Kaguta Museveni stole the election so that he can remain in power. I'm going to unveil to you the demands of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni towards Bobi Wine. Hello guys, welcome once again on Today News. Today we are going to unveil to you whatever that is currently happening in Uganda concerning the Ugandan politics. Things are getting hotter. You know very well that they are going for their general election on January. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has told the opposition leader known as Bobi Wine, who was the former musician, that he needs to step down and allow him to vie for the presidency seat for the last time. That he promised that this is the last time that is going to vie for the presidency seat, and comes the next general election is going to support Bobi Wine. This guy is 81 years old. What makes you think that you can change Uganda, which you didn't change? Right now you are 39 years in power. Let me tell you something about Uganda that you didn't know. The time that Yoweri Museveni has been in power, 44% of Uganda are very corrupt in the government. What has Yoweri Kaguta Museveni done since he got to power? Uganda lost 3 trillion to corruption. That is 44% of revenue that is being generated in Uganda. That time, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was still the president. Let me tell you something once again. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has destroyed the economy. There is no even a single major highway in Uganda. What makes you think that you are being elected once again, you are going to change Uganda? What makes you think that people should trust you once again? The Ugandan, it is time for you to stand up. It is time for you to vote for the sober leaders that are ready to support Uganda. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni doesn't have any plan to make Uganda once again. This is just his trick. This is something that he wants to use it so that he can remove most of the people in Uganda have been against Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. This is the time that you need to choose leaders that are ready to work for you. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni doesn't have the interest of the Ugandan. How come someone can be in power for that long? That is right now 39 years someone has been in power, and the rate of corruption has been very high, yet he's coming out and say that when you choose me once again, I'm going to stop this corruption from happening. I've talked about that 4.1 trillion have been lost from corruption. 44% of revenue that has been generated in Uganda lost through corruption. Coming out and say that he's going to change Uganda the time that he has been elected once again. It is something that doesn't make sense. Bobi Wine have the interest of the people in his own heart. Remember that in the year 2017 in a by-election in Uganda, that is the time that Bobi Wine was elected, and something that he did to the Ugandan, it was very amazing. This is the time that you people need to choose leaders that are ready to support you, leaders that are ready to do things for the interest of your own things. It is time for you to choose leaders that are ready to serve you, leaders that are ready to commit themselves towards you. But Yoweri Kaguta Museveni doesn't have the interest of the Ugandan in his own heart. This is the whole truth. It is time we as Africans choose, get out leaders that are very old, leaders that cannot do anything in African countries. Someone like Paul Biya needs to go home. Someone like Alassane Ouattara needs to go home. There are so many old leaders that have been in power for so long and they have done absolutely nothing. Alassane Ouattara, the president of Cote d'Ivoire, has done absolutely nothing in Cote d'Ivoire. It is time for the people that are going to practice their general election to choose leaders that have interest of their own people in their own heart. It is time to choose leaders that are ready to be committed, leaders that are ready to be trusted, leaders that are ready to sacrifice everything for the benefit of their own people. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni doesn't have the interest of Ugandan in his own heart. This is a leader that should not be trusted. This is a leader that should not be given any certain chance to continue with this criminal activity that he has been doing in Uganda. Kindly choose leaders that are ready to be committed, leaders that are ready to sacrifice, leaders that are ready to do anything for the people in their own country. And that is Bobi Wine, Romnas Robert Kialangi. If you're new here, kindly subscribe, click the notification button for you to never ever miss any news that we post here in our channel, because we always focus on whatever that is trending in the world of internet, because focus on whatever that is currently happening here in Africa. As we always say, we are Africans and Africa will remain to be our business. Until next time, we always say game over.